All right, everyone, check it out. We're gonna rank the Joestars from the best to the worst in terms of aura farming. We recently did this with the villains, so now we just think about it. We should do it with our heroes. And starting off, we have Jodio. Jodio, we're gonna throw him at the bottom of the list. Really, he's just a bum. He kind of burnt down a bus for his sibling's sake. His name's an oxymoron. Like he's supposed to be good, but like he's not. He's like a drug dealer, and like I don't think all the other Joestars would really respect him.
Right, like guys, this is supposed to be the alternate world Giorno, and like Giorno has actually pretty solid aura in the original, universe. And then this kid, like he just pales in comparison, right? I mean, just like even look at his stand. Like his stand doesn't have any arms, rains on people, and he's supposed to be alternate world Giorno. Like he just really doesn't compare.
He sprinkles on people, man. It's just come on. Maybe his stand will get better, but it's just too early to tell. Next up, we have Part 8, Josuke. He does bag the girl Yasuho, but have you ever seen that meme where it's like the strongest Joestar versus the weakest Joestar? It's like, yo, how is this little string being like actually stronger than Jonathan? It's crazy. Just look at how he looks compared to them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this guy, he's just kind of a weird dude. Like he doesn't really give off the, main character Joestar energy. Like when he has four balls, right? That's weird. And literally when he's talking to Yasuho for like the first time, he literally just gets a boner like right in front of her. Like that's just a tremendous loss of aura. And he doesn't really have like iconic moments or anything really. So yeah, he's
But
just kind
I
of at the
will say,
bottom.
I will say the soft to what go beyond was pretty cool. But moving on, we actually have part 4 Josuke. Even though the ladies are into him and he only really goes after personality, he's just a Jane Juliet. He's chill, he's chill, but like in terms of aura, he just doesn't have any, or he doesn't have that much. He's really broke. Like he steals money from like a little kid and like a grown old man. Like, come on, Josuke, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, right, he's broke. Uh I mean, sorry guys, Josuke don't come after me, but have you seen his haircut? Like, bro, that's way out of style, man. Like we gotta update the haircut. Also, he might be the only. I guess there's also Jolene, right? He doesn't beat the main villain in his own part. Like they would have actually lost, right, if Joder wasn't there. Uh, he
And Koichi.
he kind of just relies on. I mean, he really relies on Joder on Koichi for the whole thing, right? Like once Kira comes into the picture, he's not really like the main guy anymore. And that pose he hits at the very end of the series, man, like that's like minus 1,000 aura right there.
Yeah. So next we moved up to Jolene. And Jolene, she's just a lady in prison. She's actually kind of solid. She, threw hands with a stand. She threw hands with like a prison guard. She's a fighter. She's got aura. She gave herself a piercing. She went to solitary confinement and just came out fine. A little hardened, but still fine. She got framed for murder. She came out fine. It's crazy. But, she kind of lose aura when, she got caught masturbating.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty big aura hit. Like you're gonna do that in open cell, you get caught by a dude as well. Like that's a pretty big aura hit. And also, I mean, she kind of gets aura for being the child of Jotaro, but also she just doesn't live up to the amount of aura that he had. So just in comparison, she's kind of a disappointment and loses some aura on that. She gets killed by Poochie. Poochie actually uses her uh, to be able to defeat Jotaro and kind of just secure his overall victory. Though she does redeem herself in the end, she does end up saving Emporio and helping him make it into the new universe so he can defeat Poochie.
Which, fun fact, if you did you know that Araki almost drowned? So this is why you see a lot of scenes in JoJo where they're like underwater. There's just something about it that Araki is just in the psyche. So, he basically that's probably why Jotaro's a marine biologist and there was like dolphins there that help Emporio. But, you know, we're gonna move on. Johnny Joestar, he's up next. He learns to walk. He has a really strong stand. He's got determination. He beats the president. Jesus literally spoke to him. So, but he had like no aura for like most of the part. Like Gyro was just outshining him.
Yeah, guys, like if he was actually cool in like the first half or whatever, he might be number one because I mean, Jesus talking to you, that's like the most amount of aura you could ever gain. But I mean, in the beginning of the story, he was just kind of, a pathetic guy in a wheelchair. He's like, "Oh, Gyro, please teach me to spin. How you make it spin like that? I want
Please
to
let me
walk
touch your balls,
again."
Gyro.
Right? And also, dude, when he was like a famous jockey,
Yeah.
he was asshole. Like, let's not lie, right? I mean, obviously, he didn't really deserve to be shot, but him getting shot was his own fault.
Yeah, I mean like you know, you should have got rid of that mouse. He didn't listen to his dad. I mean, Nicholas would still be here. I mean, the wrong son was taken. That's brutal. That's tough. But actually, no, Johnny's a good guy. He learns to walk. He gets better. And that's why we have him here. But speaking of Johnny, let's talk about Jonathan, a true gentleman who fights Dio for Arena. He helps the damsel in distress. He beats Vampire Dio and he's carrying to the end. He is actually the original Jonathan. I get that their universes aren't connected, but like he was there first. He is the pillar of all of JoJo. Every single Joestar comes from him, literally.
Right, guys? I mean, because he literally beats Dio the first time. He didn't know Hamon at all. He had nothing that could really hurt Dio, and his physical strength wasn't enhanced by Hamon, and he literally beats Vampire Dio and escapes the mansion. He literally turns Speedwagon to his side just because of how much of an absolute gentleman he is. Like people follow him because he's such a gentleman. And like at the end of his life, right, Dio, the guy who murdered his father and tried to kill him, just tried to take his body, he still embraces Dio's head because that is his brother who he grew up with. Like there's not it's very hard to do much better than that, but there are three JoJos who are better than that aura wise.
Yeah, so next up we have his son, Giorno. Imagine only becoming the boss of the mafia in only 8 days. You get a OP Requiem stand. Your existence shouldn't really exist. And you're the best looking out of all your brothers. That's Giorno for you.
And dude, Giorno is, I mean, he's the only like JoJo in the series really who like actively tries to aura farm, right? I mean, he kind of has the nonchalantness going on, but then he'll just bust out in a random pose. Like, dude, that pose where he's literally posing with his stand after it just evolved into a Requiem stand. Like, that is just ultimate aura. He literally became an actual gang star. He became leader of the mafia in 8 days at 15 years old, right? Like, that's almost unlimited aura he has right there. But he's not quite at the top spot because I mean his personality really isn't, the best.
Hey, anyways, we got Joseph Joestar, the runner-up. As he's just a rich American fatherless guy. He's not really a ladies' man, but he still manages to pull. He's very smart. He can predict what you're gonna say. Literally, two blonde Italians fell in love with him. Literally, that's him. He's him. He beat every single Pillarman. He got lucky. He even cheated on his wife and whatnot, and he just has the best personality.
I guess I mean he literally beats the ultimate life form, the ultimate creation. Like Cars is, I mean he's borderline unstoppable, invincible, immortal. Like there's a lot of stand users that couldn't even beat Cars, and he somehow manages to defeat him. And he literally saves the world, right? And they think he died, and they're at his funeral. He shows up at his own funeral. It's just like, yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, I got a new hand, and I'm married now. And I mean, also, I mean, just saying, and your next line is like, that's just, it's unlimited aura. But he's not quite in the top spot because, unfortunately, he was in part four, and by that time, he was just kind of, an old man with the cane, and he didn't really do anything in part four. So yeah,
But I would say he had the best life out of all the other Joe stars. Like that's just a fact. Anyways, you already know who's number one. This is just Jotaro Kujo. You know, all the ladies just like him, and this dude's not even trying to get the ladies to like him. Every single lady just falls in love with him. He's actually not broke. He's really rich. Like his clothing is so expensive. Like he bought clothes in Pakistan. His student uniform was just somehow in Pakistan, right size. He just bought it for cash. Really rich. He's got a PhD in marine biology. He's a STEM major, and he's like he took care of his daughter. Even though he's kind of like a bum as a dad.
and dude, and you remember part four at the beginning, he's trying to find Josuke, and then Josuke tries to check him with his stand, and then Joe's just like, man, I'm sick of this. He just stops time, and he doesn't punch, Josuke with his stand. He literally just decks him with his own fist, and it's like, yo, you're not finna check me right now. And also, right, I mean, he's the only Joestar in the entire series who beat two main villains, right? He beat up Dio even after Dio got that power up. He saved the world, and then he beat Kira. Like if he was not in part four, there's zero chance that the rest of them would have been able to defeat Kira. Kira would have activated Light's Dust, and it would have been all over. And like he stops time. He's about to beat Kira and save Moria, but he takes the time to monologue and tell Koichi how much of a reliable guy he is. Like that's just aura right there.
All right, everybody. That is our list. We hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to state your opinion. Anyways, guys, we'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.